Morning, everyone. Good morning, Angel. How are you? Looks like it's going to be another slow day. There's not much percent gainers. There's only like 6 stocks that are above 10%, and the market's pulling back. So I would be careful on the long side. SPY's having another pullback day. He's going towards the 50-minute EMA here. QQQ is it's in a downtrend right now, so it broke a big huge uptrend. So Apop I would like if it could retest for the 5-minute chart and kind of pop up for 5-minute flag, and that'll look good. HPR. Yeah, HPR, didn't that halted yesterday? Yeah, are you in it today, or were you in it yesterday? Good morning, Babik. So it looks like it's halted again. Yeah, I'm not sure what the news is, but I don't really trade like these halts, but it looks like it gapped down from the halt, right? So it halted at 11 and it opened at 7. Yeah, so yeah, it's not good. There is a resistance at 9. Let's see where it can bounce to. It's definitely it is a huge gap though. So unless there's some shorts that are up here, maybe they can cover to fill the gap, but yeah, depending on what that news was that came out to resume the halt. But it is, yeah, halted again, and then now it's halted again. So I halted twice now. So it's hard to trade these. But yeah, I would probably definitely get out if it does push back up to like $10. Probably have some the psychological $10 resistance there. Typically, like for a day trading stock, there's always like there's 50% people are short when the stock moves, especially day trading. There's always shorters in the day trading stocks, or like the small caps or micro caps. So like Apop, like these moves here, people are also shorting. Like 50% of traders, I would say like 40% or something, they're shorting, but they're not holding overnight, so you don't see the short interest go up because they exit their position. They're day trader shorters, so you can't really tell in a way, but shorters is part of the market that makes the squeeze happen, right? So when a flag happens, that's what makes the powerful move. It's because shorters are stuck. So here you can see there's a fail flag on the wick, high volume, and get that inverted cup and handle. Wasn't watching it, but now let's pull back to the 5-minute EMA. And right here, it looks really weak. It can't really bounce, stalling a little bit on the 5-minute EMA. So you might get a test on the 15-minute EMA. Looks really weak. I'm from California, in the Bay Area. Yeah, so this is a lot of weakness on Apop. It had a huge... Okay, if you actually look at the daily, historically, it cannot hold its gains. So not a stock you want to hold. So every time it pops up, sells, pop up, sells, pop up, sells. Right, you got a lot of these candles. And it's doing the same today. So it'll probably close red today under $4. So be careful if you're holding this. Historically, it's just a fader. I wouldn't hold this overnight or swing it on APOP. Yeah, thanks, Angel. Angel R. Yeah, I think you'll learn a lot from the day trading recaps. I pretty much trade the same patterns. These are the patterns here. Pretty much these two patterns. You just have to wait for them. That's what I learned. You have to be patient. You can't rush through just trading anything. Has to be quality over setup. And once you hit one trade, it can cover your losses, but Yeah, I was checking my statistics. I'm only my percent win is like 55%. But I'm profitable because I make my smaller trade losses or small losses or losses small. And then my wins are typically like 2x that, 3x that. So Apop is going to test the... Yeah, so Apop, I'm probably more short biased just because historically, the daily chart, it cannot hold its gains. So I think any long setup is going to get smacked into by shorts. I think shorts, looking at this chart, they are going to just try to short this down. So you're going to have more shorters in here and then just sellers in general. But if it just sets up, the shorts couldn't get trapped. So like these bars right here, it's probably just shorters pile in. Normally you have a small bounce, but I think there's too many shorts coming in here. Like here's a bounce and he just got shorted. But if it just sets up long, I'll probably try to take it, but probably smaller size. We probably need to hold VWAP as support. So I'm not going to short anywhere else. It has to hold VWAP as support. And you buy higher, around 650. Is it deleted? Pivot, I actually have a... I did one take on it and I deleted it on like the first 30 seconds. And then I created a new one. Is it on there still? It should be on there. I see it. If you go to my channel page on YouTube, I created a new playlist. It's called the Thinkorswim ThinkScript tutorial. Here, let me link it. Check if that works. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll probably start making more of these videos because, you know, I see websites that are selling it for overpriced, right? And I could just make them for free for my viewers. I did try to do another. I worked on another script last night. It's called the high-low. Let's see. It's a pretty simple indicator, but it's gonna maybe help. High bar, high low. I forgot what I named it. Oh, high low marker. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just plotting the highs and lows of each time frame. So I'll apply this and see how it works. Right now it doesn't look nice. Let's see. I need to change the style. So I'm gonna use, I think this one was the best. But I need to match the color with my 90 MAs. Okay, so now you can see these high lows on the screen here. So it'll match with my EMA, so I can see this is a 5-minute candle, the high of the 5-minute candle to a low of 5-minute candle, and this is the high and low of 5-minute candle here and the here. So I could kind of see the 5-minute trend if it's making a higher 5-minute candle. And then this you see a gray one. It's kind of hard to see, but this would be the 15-minute candle. So you can see the 15-minute candle is now a lower high. If you go to 15-minute chart, it's a lower high. So I'm gonna try this out and see if it works. And then you can also see like in cup and handle forming. This is the 5-minute candle right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you probably have to get used to it. And then this orange line that is still right here is the hourly candle. So I'm gonna try that, see. It actually helps visualize a little bit better where the lows and highs of the 5-minute candle and the 15-minute candle is, so it might help in my trading as well. But yeah, the chart gets a little busy and messy, but as long as it helps you trading, I think, you know, it's worth putting on there. But yeah, I'm gonna probably try this and see if that helps. It could help reduce, like, if you see a lot of 5-minute candles up here. Extended, so there's like a 5-minute candle extension here. 3 5-minute candles. Look at the 5-minute candle. Yeah, so this is the 3, or wait, there's 15 minutes, 5 minutes here. So that's the 5-minute there. And then it's kind of color coded, so the red or pink is up here, the 5 minutes up here, the 5-minute 90 EMA is down here, so it's extended. So it's gonna help me visualize where the candle are relative to the 90 EMA, just on the 1-minute chart. So I make this just to help me on the 1-minute chart, so I don't switch around. So I don't switch around between charts like this. I could just look at this. It has all the information I need. But yeah, Apop, very weak. People are just gonna short this, hoping for the whole day fade based off of the daily chart, right? Every spike up, it just gets sold into. So yeah, make sure not to hold this long. It's just probably gonna keep being pushed down. Yeah, probably the best spot to short this was probably around this area if you had shares to short. After this fell flag, like after this push up and it fell, it's probably a short on this break line. But yeah, I don't know if we get a signal to short, a second signal. It probably bounce on the hourly chart, 540s. And then maybe test like VWAP area, and then kind of bounce down and then fade for the hourly break, maybe in like an hour. HWCC has a volume spike, spiked the VWAP. Couldn't hold VWAP as support though. Now it's becoming resistance. It's on the 15-minute. The hourly is way down here though. Yeah, super extension on the HWCC. The last time it had a high volume, it pushed up in the morning and sold back down to the close from this wick. So when you see a wick like this, it means that it was pushed up in the morning and then probably ended on the bottom. So the trading was like this in this day. So maybe you'll have another day like that. It's probably gonna be a fade back down to the 90 EMA. So far a rejection on this. So I probably look to short this because it's extended on the hourly. But the 15-minute chart is if you look at the 15-minute chart, it'll probably need a few more candles. So it's on the 90 EMA on the 15-minute chart, but you want a few more candles, maybe after this candle close and then another candle. If it breaks here, it might be too extended. Kind of like maybe 1 or 2 more candles of consolidation. So you want consolidation because you have new buyers come in on these 2 candles, and that'll create those stops. That makes the move more powerful. Like right here, you don't have enough people to dip buy, so it's not going to move too strongly to the downside. So you need actually like longs to buy, and then they get stopped out. That makes the follow-up move. Same thing when you're shorting. It's like this. A lot of people already sold out, so you need like more dip buyers, like this. A lot more dip buyers, and then when it breaks this trend, those dip buyers are selling. Hey Piglet. Good morning. But it is easy to borrow. I guess I'll keep an eye on this. Low of day was 520. Five days 568. Yeah. So definitely on this type of day, it's gonna really test your patience. Especially there's like not a lot of stocks moving right now, and they're all probably gonna fade. But IMMP, HOFV. So HOFV, typical pullback, right? Pullback to the 90 EMA this day, had news after hours for NFT, popped back up, and just faded. You're extending the 90 EMA, and it opens pretty much near the 90 EMA. So, you don't want to buy up here when you're extended. So you always want, if you're buying on the daily chart, make sure to either buy on the breakout so like this, if you ignore this candle, something like this, right? And then it has a flag like this, and it has tested the 90 EMA. That's probably the better spot to buy here. Or you could dip buy on the 90 EMA. If it hasn't tested the 90 EMA for a while and it's hitting it, then you could buy it for a dip buy. Yeah. Just don't buy stuff that are extended. It's gonna pull back. Let's see what else is moving. So TKAT, so same thing here, right? 90 EMA extended, goes back to 90 EMA. Now it's bouncing. So you might have dip buyers, swing trade dip buyers, but probably dip buy this. So you might get a small little bounce. But since, this is just like a high play, I don't think there's anything special about it. You probably get an inverted cup handle on the daily, and it goes back down to like $10 next week. Yeah, nothing else moving. So I probably have to move this scanner down to 5% for today. Okay, so we got a few more to look at. So Apop is just gonna fade all day. It's going to the hourly right now. Yeah, so it is breaking the downtrend line, but not a lot of volume, so definitely not a lot of buying power here. So definitely is not a long until you get over the EMA. I mean, get over VWAP. So it needs to do like this. If it bounces off this hourly chart, creates a higher low, and then breaks, you know, like this cup and handle here, and then holds VWAP, then I'll be interested in a long for a flag break like this. So that'll get me interested in long, but I'll doubt it will happen because historically it can't hold its gains. So it'll probably just fade the whole day. But it'll probably bounce at least to this VWAP and then it just goes back down like this, inverted cup and handle, and then people reshort it. So it's probably gonna bounce to have these shorts cover some profit taking here. IMMP. Okay, CIDM looks interesting. There was a fail flag here earlier, and then you have it tested. You have so I think this chart is holding up, creating a flag. I think if it gets one more pullback, I'll probably take it. I'll try this. Let's see if it pulls back. Okay, so that's going to be the high of the flag there. So here's VWAP. Went over it, it's holding VWAP. So I think if it pulls back a little bit more, maybe 199s, and then break 205s, I'll probably take this. Alright, so it's good pullback there. It's gonna test the 5-minute chart. Look at the 5 minutes, a little bit extended. So the 5 minutes extended a little bit. So that wasn't, you know, the time to break out there. It was too extended. You need a few more candles here to create that cup inverted handle. So you want, yeah, a candle here, 5 minute will catch up, the 90 EMA. And then you might get another candle like this, and then either it might break on this candle or it break on the next 10 minutes. But you want this to kind of consolidate here. Because you have 3, 4 up candles, right? So it's less likely it's gonna put another big candle on the 5 minutes to break highs here. So you have to kind of be careful and look at all time frames. So there's the test. So that's good. So now if you could, you know, push back on this flag line and give a higher low, then it'll look good. But I'll be careful because the market's down today, so it's not going to be. So 197. Yeah, so looks really weak there. Probably this fell flag here. People bought up here. And since it was extended, it's failing, right? But it's gonna test the 15-minute chart. Okay, now it's like below everything. So that's not good. That's why you wait till it sets up. Don't buy too early. That was my, I guess, video recap topic yesterday, was the consequence of buying early or entering early. Yeah, it is really bad. So it's gonna be a lot more work for this to be a long setup. Yeah, so I don't even know what's the next support. Probably low of days. But for it to be a long setup, it's gonna have to pop back over these EMAs, VWAP, retest this flag line, and creates a higher low. And then you can buy right here for that flag break. But if it does reclaim, it's going to be very bullish because shorts piled in here to short this. And if it comes back, they'll get, you know, surprisingly squeezed out because shorts piled in here. See the red candle? And you got longs that stopped out. So the overhead longs are also out. So it's going to create more demand if they buy it again. Looks really weak. Very weak so far. So if it consolidates under these EMAs, it's going to probably form a bear flag like this. And then if it breaks, it's probably going down. So I see this thing, two things, either consolidate here and it just breaks down, or consolidate, try to break up over this and then holds a VWAP. So that's the two ideas. But by the way it's trading right now, it probably consolidate here. Let's see if it holds. It needs to reclaim $2 for it to be a long. So I'm gonna just, I'll create an alert at 199, so just so we don't have to look at it all the time. But yeah, no trades this morning. Apop. So Apop, two things. So it's bouncing off the hourly chart. So if you pull the hourly chart up, you can see the hourly chart 90 days right here. So it pulled back. It's somewhat bouncing off it. And it's struggling to retest this VWAP area. So let's see what happens. It probably struggle VWAP and then break. IMMP. Huh. So it broke HOFV days here and got rejected. Now it's trying to break HOFV days again. Oh, it's extending on the 15-minute chart. I don't like the 15-minute chart here. You got 3 15-minute bars and it's extended and you get a lot of wicks. So even though it breaks HOFV day here, maybe pre-market high, you might get a wick. I'm probably not gonna hold the gains. And probably retest 380s once this catches up. So I might try to break higher day, but I don't think it's gonna be a powerful move. It's really extending on the 15-minute chart. The 5-minute looks like it's ready to go, but too wide of a risk. You're risking 370s, 410 break. It's 30-cent risk, and I doubt it'll go 440s to make barely a 1-to-1. Yeah, you can see it's getting wicked out, so I'll stay away from this long on the long side for now, unless the 15-minute is caught up. See, there's a lot of rejection on HOFV days. So HWCC, it's probably gonna have a flag here. I think it's breaking down. Yeah, it's breaking down. Bear flag. It's too late for me. I think the trigger would be here. This would have been the trigger. Right here, 530 break, risking 535. That's a 5-cent risk for that trend line break here. If you connect these lines to this, that's probably where I would short. And I was more short bias because the hourly it was extended down here, and the daily is, you know, very extended. I feel like it's just going to be a red candle today. CGIX. Okay, so this is getting extended on the five-minute chart. A lot of volume though. 684 break is gonna probably retest this. That might be a little too early. So 683. So it's on 1 minute 90 EMA. I can see this pulling back though to 650s at least. So I'm gonna try short. Okay, I didn't get executed there. I tried a short there at 680. Didn't work out, or I didn't get filled. So I'm just gonna hang on here. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I was going small just to give it a test. But it was the inverted cup and handle break there. You have extension to the VWAP and the 5-minute chart. So yeah, this would have probably worked out at least. for some little profit there. But I didn't get filled there, so it's okay. I tried. So I'll probably retest 680. Maybe another leg down, but the 5-minute 9 is slowly catching up. Yeah, so 650 is support here. It's going to be VWAP support and support off this flag here. So yeah, this would have been a good 30-cent profit there. 680 break, retest of 650s, or the 5-minute chart, which is at 640 something. Yeah, no fills. Let's see, CIDM. So CIDM, huh? On the daily chart, it's went back down already. Okay, wait to the rail. Oh yeah, rail looks good. It has volume, but right now it's extended, so I can see it pull back to 422. Was this snooze or something? Looks like a pretty strong move to open here. Unless, yeah, probably shorts for trap or something. How many short interest is this? Only 1%. 1% short. But if this bounce here, hopefully it gives a bounce right here. 473. So maybe a bounce lower high. I'll probably short it back down to 440s. So it's trying to bounce right now, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna try the short setup. But if it doesn't give a bounce, that's not a setup. $471 break. It might just fail here. But the more it consolidates, the 5-minute EMA will slowly start to catch up or creep up. So it needs to maybe two candles, maybe 3 candles, the lower high, the cup handle, and then short on that 471 break. So 471 is the lows here. But it is really spready, so I don't really like that spread. But I'll keep it on my watch, just see what happens. I got another from Cidm. So that popped back over VWAP. So this looks actually good. Price shorts a lot, trap a lot of shorts here. If it could reclaim VWAP and break this flag, I think it'll look good. Thanks for the follow. Trading at 12. Okay, so there's the pop. So we don't want this to go right now, because the stop here is 193 if someone bought this. So we're gonna extend the flag. Hopefully it pulls back here. Ideally this pulls back right now and holds VWAP. Like curls right like this. And I'll take that long. Pull back. Yeah, cannot buy up here because you're risking at 193 prior low, and you're risking like 7 cents. And from the range of this stock, it's 7 cents is a big move. So you want this to pull back to kind of minimize that risk to like 3 cents, 4 cents instead of this. And also pulling back will confirm support over VWAP. Right now it hasn't have a higher low off VWAP, so you need to confirm it as support, or else you can just easily just crack through it if it doesn't confirm. 197, so 197 would be the area that it needs to hold. All right, so good pullback for a start there. It didn't break these highs. So let's see if we can hang on VWAP. So 199 was this 1 minute low. I don't know. A lot of things been breaking out prematurely. So let's see. 199, 203 break. So that'd be the 1 minute flag. It's like buying this 199 stop. But I want to see if it can pull back to the 5 minute chart. I want to retest 197. So a retest of 197 would probably be the best. It will test the 197 support resistance here and test the 5 minute chart. So it won't be extended. And then 197 could be our risk level instead of 192 right here. So 198 was that low there. So let's see if it pulls back. And then I'll take the break, maybe a 5 cent risk. Alright, so if it goes here, I'm probably gonna take it. 203 break. 198 stop, it's gonna be 5 cents. Probably take 1,000 shares. But I'm gonna wait for the 203 break. So 198 is going to be this low here. But yeah, ideally this pulls back to 197. Like this. So it'll confirm. But if 203 break, I'll probably take it. It's going to be a little too early. I want 197. Or yeah, 197, but so I'm gonna watch the level 2 here. If one, so yeah, so there's not 197. All right, so good pullback. So good thing it didn't break out there, because you don't want those sellers to sell up there. Then it'll fail because it's extended. So 197, if it holds here. 196 is also the VWAP. All right, so the low there is 196. It tapped the 90 EMA. All right. So 196 is the low, so we can risk off 196. So this would be, you'll need to confirm support here. But if it fails like this, it's gonna probably dip. So 196 is support so far. All right, so I'm gonna go in a little early there. With my risk off 196, got some 201s. But I'm definitely stopping at 196. Just because I saw this push up. But I'm gonna add more once 203 break. But yeah, sometimes I go in early, so but there's consequences, right? So but 203 break, I'm gonna add more. So I'm gonna watch level 2 here. And 203 starts coming in and then buying. I'm gonna add 1,000 more shares. So I'm at 2,000 shares now, but the break of 203 is gonna start moving here. So there you go. I'm at 3,000 shares, 202 average. All right, so let's see if we get follow through. So decent volume, but it's not holding a 203 right now. So I'll look to downsize if it fails to not hold 203, that breakout level. All right, so it's not holding so far. There's the 1 minute test. So that was the 1 minute test. Let's see if it holds. So I have 3,000 shares at 202. Had a big volume bar on that break, but didn't go too far. So yeah, it might be like a slow moving one, but I'm probably gonna downsize if $2 breaks here, just to minimize my loss. But 196 is gonna be my last stopping point. So I downsized there. I just have 1,000 shares, but I'll probably re-add if it breaks. Yeah, it might test the 5 minute chart again one more time. It's having trouble at 203s. If it breaks 2 here, it's probably gonna go back to VWAP. You can see it's an inverted cup and handle. It's probably gonna go back to 198 at least. Yeah. But I already downsized. I only have 1,000 shares. Final stop would be 196. I'll look to re-add my shares back if it shows more strength. Right now, if it can't break 202, it's gonna be an inverted cup and handle for the retest of 198. So it looks like it's gonna break. So I took it off. Oh, okay, I actually got executed at 199. Yeah, so there's the inverted cup and handle for the retest of 198. But yeah, since it's choppy, I'm all out. I don't want to hold this chop. So just down $70 there on this. I think it was worth the attempt on this flag break. Got some volume, just not a lot of follow through, and I took it off on this inverted cup and handle. This is a short signal and also a sell signal, so I took it off. But if it sets up again, maybe retest and then comes back over here, I would look to buy it again at 205. 205 is probably the area that needs to break. But yeah, so that's how I kind of manage my risk. And if it doesn't go, you know, stop out. So no harm done. Just take a small loss. But yeah, it needs to get back over $2. I'll create an alert again at 202. So I'll set a price alert here. If it gets over back 202, I'll rewatch it. Let's see what else is popping. So Apop, Rail. Okay, yeah. So Rail bounced off VWAP. Also, it did create a inverted cup and handle here. The 3 candles I was looking for. So it was it actually, oh, it's halted. So 45. So it's a 15-cent risk, and target would be VWAP as first target. You might just get, you know, the risk reward ratio is not or it's not the best. But now, yeah, so now it's popping up halted. PRQR. Rail's gonna resume in, okay, so it's just halted. But I'm probably gonna look to short this if it goes higher. Let's see if it has any daily levels. So it's 560. Maybe something at 560. Approach that level. You'll see it gets rejected there. So IMMP, yeah, like I mentioned, a lot wiki Even though it breaks high of day, it's going to be a rejection. So it broke high of day there. Big volume. Got rejected. So yeah, definitely an avoid there, as I mentioned. To extend it on the 15-minute chart, really wicky. So even though if it breaks, it's going to be a crazy move down. It's tested the 15-minute chart now. Yeah, this was a potential like high of day fail. So broken high of day, and it breaks this trend line, could be a good short. But the only thing is your risk level would be like high of day or something. KOSS, it's getting extended. Probably gonna pull back. $20. I can't short it. Broker doesn't have shares available, but this looks extended. Inverted cup and handle there. If it breaks. IMMP, fading. Cidm. Yeah. So Cidm broke this downtrend, so it's not looking good. So be sure to sell it if you have this. I already sold when the breakout failed, so stopped out early. Yeah, so one of the benefits of me stopping out early is I minimize this loss, but also sometimes I will miss the trade if it recovers and bounce. But I think right now, minimizing your loss is probably better than maximizing your profit. At least if you're like starting to trade, I think it's more important to keep your losses small than to keep your wins big. I mean, they're both important, but as long as you minimize your losses, you'll be in the game longer. AMC, little pop up here. Bounce off the 50 EMA, might get retested on the $11 area, or the 90 EMA bounce, the 90 EMA support, and it's gonna be 90 EMA resistance. But it's getting extended, just trailing up. No trade. Okay, Q. OI. Huh. This looks good. VNet looks tempting for a short. Short back down to 3090s. 3140. It's really spready though. 3139s. So risk would be like 3180s. 40-cent risk to make 50 cents. Didn't break there. Had a nice bear flag here. Let's break another bear flag. It's too late to get in now, but it's probably gonna pull back all the way to $27. ENOB is on. Yeah, I don't think there's anything looking good right now, so be careful on the long side. Yeah, Cidm was a decent looking chart. It didn't have enough follow through. It's probably the market as well didn't help on the long side as much. You know, decent looking, no follow through. It's gonna probably fade now. Rail resumed and just sold off. No target or no setup there on the long side. AMC. So it's still above the 5-minute trend, but it is extended on the 15-minute chart. You have room all the way down here. But that's probably gonna take some more time. Yeah, the 5 minutes gonna have to slowly catch up. And maybe it does like inverted cup and handle like this for short. Like a 1 minute. OGEN. Yeah, I don't see anything much out there. Yeah, so today's a day where you don't want to overtrade today. Yeah. Yeah, Apop just fading back down, right, from that daily chart. There's no bounce at all. So shorts should just pile it in there. Cost probably higher, but can't short it. PRQR, 5-day break, fell. Okay, GME, nice bounce off. Had a flag here that potentially people probably took. It's a 5-minute flag. You got support becomes resistance, becomes support. So this would be like a risk here. TKAT. It's not a buy. I think today was just a small bounce day because it's on the 90 EMA. If you bought at 30, you sold at 33. That's pretty good. Yeah, I went to 70, but at 70 it was extended. You can see just add the 9 exponential moving average to your chart, and it'll help you with your trading. It'll help you understand if it's extended, if it's a buy or not. Right here, now it's probably a spot where it'll bounce a little bit. Either shorts up here are covering, so when they cover, they have to buy. And usually their target, those short targets are at the 90 EMA, so they're gonna buy around here. And then you also have dip buyers, like buyers that are buying on the trend, like this. You can see people did bought this, went higher. But since it went up too much, so it's not gonna be like a big one. It's just probably gonna be like a small bounce. And then since this is just a hype, right? I don't think there's anything good about this stock. It's just a hype play. You probably get a bounce, maybe like this even. And then you'll break the trend. You break the 90 EMA trend, and it'll probably go back down to $10. So it's not a buy and hold. So I would avoid it. It's just more of a hype couple days thing, and then it'll fade back down. Just like HOFV, right? Couple day hype, too extended. Now it's gonna be fade back down to the 90 EMA. And it's gonna probably go back down to where it belongs, like $3. So you don't want to hold these, day trading stocks. It's usually for day traders in and out in the day or two, but it's not going to be like something you hold long term. So yeah, it's good. It's good you took profit. Profit is good. And you shouldn't have hindsight bias, right? Like, oh, it went this, but you have to make your best judgment with the best data you have. Sometimes it goes up after hours due to news, but you're not gonna know those things, so. Yeah, just scanning through these, don't see anything else moving. GME is having a push, trending the 5-minute chart pretty well. And it looks like shorts are being squeezed. But again, this is also extended on the downside. So I also got the 90 EMA, right? GME bounce off this 90 EMA, had a big day, extended, bounce off this 90 EMA. This day extended, bounce off the 90 EMA. Now it's below it, but now it's below it on the extended on the downside. Now it's gonna go up to the 90 EMA, so it's gonna bounce there. So like 170, it's gonna have resistance at 170. Is that 172? So you can see 172 lines up with the 90 EMA as well. So it's gonna have a bounce towards 172. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, GME, it probably get a small bounce towards 172. If not today, probably the next day. But it's probably not a buy and hold right now for GME. It's probably gonna go back down. It really needs to recover the 90 EMA trend. I actually bought puts 2 days ago on this because there's an inverted cup and handle. It broke it. But I sold into it at 140 or like 135. It went to a low as 120, so I didn't maximize that profit there, but it was a quick 1 day. So AMC ended up pulling back. I was debating to take this 1 minute trigger here. This inverted cup and handle to the 5 minute chart. Now it probably needs to set up a bigger time frame and probably break down to the 15 minute chart. Wow. CGIX, I was watching this. I didn't have short, but that was the best spot there. Inverted cup and handle. 1 minute break. I didn't have shorts. I tried the 680 there, I mentioned. And it went down to 580s. That would have been the best entry there. So the reason why cup and handle also works is because if it's extended and it triggers the cup and handle, inverted cup and handle, you're entering on the back side of the move, right? A lot of people try to short here, like in the front side of the move, and they end up keep averaging, and then that's how you could blow up your account. So when something, so I don't short it here, right? I wait for a backside, so pretty much get it on that backside of the trade, the beginning of the reversal. But yeah, if you're wrong, you have to stop out immediately, because if you try short here, you have to stop out. I don't like averaging, because that's how I blew up, a few of my accounts when I first started trading. AEHL. Oh, this looks somewhat interesting, but let's see what it has. So it has a daily flag. Yesterday it popped up and sold back down with high volume. Yeah, probably this is not ready. Express also has a little push. It's testing the 9 EMA trend right now. So push back to 9 EMA.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Yeah, just to recap today's trade, I just made one trade today. Annual CIDM. So I'm gonna just remove this alert. But I like the chart just didn't have fall through. You can see if you draw a support like right here at 170, 197, you can see this was resistance, became support, and then became resistance, and then became support here. So when I see that happens, just draw a flag line, and then take that break. It had a decent volume bar, but no follow through volume. So once that happened and it couldn't hold above the breakout level, which is the 203 level, immediately downsized and kind of stopped that when it was creating this inverted cup and handle here. So 1 minute cup and handle. And usually this is a reverse signal. And it was gonna either test 198 or VWAP. So I took it off there on that 1 minute reversal, and pretty much it just kept selling off. So that's how I minimize my losses. Downsize if the breakout doesn't happen, and then take it off when it's a 1 minute reversal. So yeah, that was a $69 loss there. But yeah, if that trade would have happened, it will look like this. It'll look like this on the screen. But not all patterns will work, so you just have to minimize the ones that fail. Minimize those losses. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's kind of swift through the scanner here one more time, see if there's anything else that are potentials. So AEHL ended up breaking highs there. It's on the flag line. If it doesn't break this today, I'll keep it on watch for tomorrow. I think if today closed like here, and then tomorrow you might get a break of that $4.404 area. So let's see if it pulls back today. But if it ends up breaking, then yeah, we're a little too late for that. Unless it pulls back, kind of consolidate a little longer for afternoon. But I'll keep that on my watch list. AEHL. Express. So all of the Wall Street bet stocks are getting a rebound right now. GME, AMC, EXPR, KOSS. So they're all getting rebounds. Probably in sympathy of GME. OGEN broke. So this is extended. 434 is where the 5-minute is. Let's see if we get a pullback. I'm probably gonna look for a short on this. If we could pull back. See if we can retest 447 and bounce off that level. Gonna look for a short here. But it's gonna need to bounce off this 447. Alright, so there's the pullback. Let's see if we can get one bounce. Alright, so there's the push down, and here's the bounce. Let's see if it creates a lower high. If this ends up bouncing and going higher, then yeah, that's where you want to just watch it. But this high is 454, so it's a 7-cent risk there. And the low of this is 447. So 454, let's see if this holds as the lower high here. I'll probably try to take some short if 447 starts to break. With my stop at 454. So I'm gonna try to take some here at 449. Add a little more. Okay, so if this ends up breaking 454, I'm probably gonna stop out. Went in a little too early there, so consequence of being early. So 454, so I probably have to stop out. I'm gonna downsize a little bit there. Alright, so it didn't work out there. Took it off, $100 loss. So went in a little too early. Was thinking this was the lower high, and yeah, the trigger would have been the 447 break. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, so yeah, just make sure to stop out there. $100 loss. Could have, let's see what happens. Yeah, so it broke a 1-minute flag, and all right, so this is a lower high now. So I'm short biased because it's extended on the 5-minute chart. I can see it pulling back to at least 440s, 435s. But yeah, this is a really strong rebound for all the Wall Street bad stocks. So 450 here is going to be this level. 456. So let's see, 450 breaks. I'll probably try it one more time. If not, if this holds, probably gonna, yeah, just avoid it. So 454 is gonna be the stop again, right here. I'm gonna try to take the 450 break. All right, so I'm gonna try it again. 2,000 shares, 450 break. All right, so there's the break. I'm gonna see if it can pull back to 440s. So my stop's gonna be at 454. GME is still going up higher, so it's gonna be probably not the best time. GME is high of day right now. All right, so okay. Let's see what happens. All right. So I downsized there, and then I'm probably gonna take it off if this 455 breaks. Yeah. All right, so try twice there. So I'm probably gonna avoid this. GME is actually going higher. So you can see GME going higher day. So all these are also following it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my rule and just, you know, if I fell twice on a stock, I'm probably gonna just avoid it. So try twice there for both $100 loss. So down 211 on Express. So probably just wait for the 5-minute signal, which is going to be for a while. All right. So let me see. So it took 2 trades or 3 trades today for a down 280. So typically, for some reason, I'm always down in the morning, and then I make it back in the afternoon. Maybe because I'm maybe forcing a bit in the morning. But the down, yeah, 280. 2 trades on Express and 1 trade on Cidm. Express just happened right now. Tried to short a little bit early on the first signal and stopped out, and then the other signal was here for the 1-minute break. It ended up breaking but didn't go down, and GME is actually going higher, so all these Express, AMC, and KOSS is also going higher. And then CIDM was a potential flag play here. Took that flag break and then stopped out when it was creating the inverted cup and handle on the 1-minute chart, and it trend back down. So just a small loss on CIDM and 2 loss on Express. Let's get through this one more time, see if there's anything else. So CIDM don't have a fight, but create an alert at 198. If it can reclaim VWAP, might have another try here. Let's see. There's a bear flag. Yeah. NBIX. Oh, this is a really big name. It's too big of a price for me. SEEL, getting extended here. Roll 7. Let's see, maybe I can try. Let's see if we can get a bounce here. Maybe a small bounce. So no bounce there, but it was a lower high. Yeah, so CIDM, it could form a bigger one. But it would need to reclaim VWAP. So it'll need to reclaim the same level as before. So something like this, maybe in the afternoon. And then breaks the flag after it holds its has support. Oh, I have the wrong scene. Okay, so here it is. Yeah, so CIDM, you can extend the flag line now. So it is creating a larger pennant. It would need to reclaim this as support right here. And then you can, maybe a $2 break for that big flag. It might be after lunchtime though, like in an hour or so, hour and a half. Yeah, but it will need to create a higher low here to start, and then a higher low confirming 197 as support. I was watching SEAL for a potential bounce and then a flag, but this might have been like the inverted cup handle here. It's to test the 5-minute chart. Okay. NBIX has potential, but it's very high price stock. ODT. Oh, this has a huge gap down the daily. It's ugly. CSCW. You can try, but the 90 MA is at 116. So you might get a crack. 129 is a potential if you're gonna look for just a dip buy. and then maybe a retest of 140, and that's probably okay. But it looks like it's pretty weak. It'll probably go down a little bit more today, and then next day I'll probably retest the 90 EMA. This still has room. $412. It's not that much room, but GME went the 172 level, so that's a rejection. So they're pulling back now. $257. You try to pull up a GME chart on this side. So I'm going to try this short. I didn't take it, but 1089 will be the break. Yeah, but yeah, after taking express loss, I probably don't want to focus on those. So NBIX actually broke out, but it was a high price. So CIDM got a trigger alert. So it's trying again to push over VWAP. But the daily chart is okay, the daily chart is extended. We can't hold this level. Let's see later if we can hold the level. It really needs to be claimed this as support. So right now it's acting as resistance. It is showing some strength. Gonna hang out till this. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see. This is 194. Break up 198. Alright, so there's the first flag break. Let's see if we can hold 197. Alright, so ideally, I think a test of $2 and then a higher low here. And I think it'll look good if it confirms. So there's $2. Hopefully it doesn't break here. It might actually go right now. Alright, so there it goes. So an early play was that 198 break, risking like 195s. Let's see if it holds higher low. I wanted to pull it back to hold a higher low. Pullback. Okay, good pullback. So it's going to give us a chance here. 197 tests are low. It's not ready. Needs to go pull back a little more. Oh, it really wants to break 201. If it goes early here, yeah, I'm not taking it. Okay, yeah, so 202 now. I broke that 201. Oh, stretch. Yeah, pull back, please. It's approaching lunchtime. I want a little bit more pullback before I get into this. But it really wants to go. Looks like it's gonna break 202. Alright. Let's see if we can get a pullback to 197. Still want more pullback. If it breaks here, I guess people can risk 198, but might fail. Last time it went didn't go too far. So hopefully it just stays at 202 here for a while and pulls back to 197. EXPR might have a 5-minute reversal. I don't know if I should try that for a third time, but so I broke 202 there on CIDM. Big volume on that 202 break, and it's probably gonna fail because it hasn't pulled back to 187 yet. So this is probably gonna have to put some time to set up. I think he's gonna retest in like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go back to EXPR. I think it has a 5-minute reversal setting up. 64. It's the high. I don't know. This could be my third time trading it though, but it looks promising. We'll see what happens. Keep CITM on the side. So if this gives a lower high here on this EXPR push, I'm going to try to short this 458. GME, let's see what GME is doing. They're extending on the 15-minute chart. That's why I'm very short bias. 440. This is going to give it a bounce. At least a small bounce. No. So I broke trend line there. Hey Jeremito, 15. KIRK. You bought at 25.79. February 11th. So you bought in here. It looks like it's in a channel. Has support at 21.22 or 22 area. It's definitely below the 90 MA trend. So anytime stock needs to go higher, it needs to hold the 90 MA trend. So it needs to hold over like $27 to be bullish. But it looks like it's trading in a channel right now. It broke high of days here and it fell, so I would probably, yeah, I look for stocks that are either breaking out, so like breaking out. For this, it looks like it's kind of like 50-50, but it's something I don't want to hold through. So I would just sell into any push up around $27. 26, probably $26. I would just sell for small win or profit. So Express actually broke down there, so missed the trigger when I CIDM finally tested those levels. So maybe it'll look a little better now. Cancer stocks. Yeah, for Kirk to be over 40, it's gonna need a lot of work. It's 40's not in. It's gonna need a lot of work. That's all. So it'll need to hold over VWAP. I mean, hold over 90 MA, like this, and then flags, and then the break of this can go to 40. But I think that's not going to be for some time. Probably going to be a couple months. Express felling, okay. So CIDM, I'm going to keep it on watch. I think it's going to break out pretty soon. You can risk 197, 198 now. I think the break of 203 I'll take. So 203 risk at 198. Yeah. So I'm gonna try this one last time here. If 203 break, I'll probably take this. I guess if this takes me for a loss, then 0 for 4, probably take a break. Alright. So if it breaks here, I'm probably gonna take it 199 risk. So I'm gonna take some here. A little early, but I'm gonna take the 203 break and add a little bit more. So I guess the first stop is like 199. Uh, 2,000 shares. Add a little more, 3,000, but I'm gonna stop if it doesn't break here. Alright, so there's the 203 break. I'm at 3,000 shares, 202 average. Alright, so it is lunchtime, so I'm not sure if we'll get enough follow through. But I'm gonna look to downsize if it doesn't start moving here. Might fail again. Typical. It failed the first time, but 205 is the where probably shorts would probably stop out. Okay. So I downsized a little bit. Don't particularly like that breakout. Yeah, this stock is tricky. It's because it's like a high float stock. It has a lot of shares traded, so it doesn't move. You don't get like that explosive move on those low float stocks. So it moves by pennies, so harder to trade. But yeah, so here's a 205 test. Let's see if we get a 205 break. So 205 will really start squeezing out shorts. We do have a little bit more volume than the prior break earlier this morning. So let's see. This 205, let's see if this gets chopped down here. So it looks like it's gonna break. Alright, so volume coming in, 205 is slowly getting broken down here. I only have 2,000 shares, but let's see where it takes us. I'm putting my stop at 199. But the 205 break will probably start squeezing shorts. If 205 breaks, I think HOFV days is probably next 210 area. It's getting extended, but let's see where it goes. Yeah. So many shares traded, so it's still hard to move. So there's 207. So this should start squeezing. Hopefully it breaks HOFV day. It's 208s. I'm gonna sell 500 shares at 208 if I can get filled there, but. Alright, so I filled 500 shares at 208. If this breaks higher day, we will start squeezing. I would assume some of the shorts are probably half day as their stops as well. So we got 208s there. So this is a pretty strong move. I'll be surprised if it does break half day. I think I'll probably pull back a little bit before a half day break, but let's see how it reacts here. There'll probably be some resistance at 2010. Pull back, and then it'll set up later for the 210 break. But if it gets through half day here, then that would be great. But definitely gonna sell into that. Alright, so 209 looks like it'll break. Alright, I'm gonna sell a little bit more 208. Looks like 209 might defend here. So I sold 208s. I think it's gonna be a pullback to at least 203s. So sold a little amount there just to lock in some of my profits. So it hasn't tested the 1 minute chart. So there's the 1 minute chart, and let's see if those 1 minute chart dip bars come in. Alright. So I could feel like a $2 pullback to $2. So I'm gonna take it off if 206 break. So it's gonna be the reversal, and then I'll dip by the right here. So there you go. I'm out there. 206. So that was like the inverted cup and handle break. 206. I'm gonna take it off there just to lock in my gains. Or I was down 70, so made back and some little bit there. But this is gonna pull back to 202. And I'll probably look to dip by 202 just to get that difference. So if it pulls back to 202, I'll dip by and risk off this prior low, which is 199. So here, I'll dip by some at 203s and 202s. There's 203s. I had an order there at 203. Didn't get filled yet. So I'm going to remove my 203 order. Yeah, so this will probably set up for the 210 break. Probably consolidate here. Yeah, so it dipped at 203 there. I had an order. Can't get filled, but let's see if we get another round of dip. Yeah, so I recouped some losses there from earlier. Looks like it's probably gonna break high of day. It's better if it doesn't yet. There's 210. Hey, Shogun Puri. Yeah, so I'm not gonna take any trade here. I mean, you could, if you buy the 210 break, you could risk at 203, but hopefully this doesn't break 210 and maybe pulls back to the 15-minute chart and setups later after lunch. I think the 210 break later would be much more stronger. If 210 breaks here, it might just go to like two pennies and then it probably just crash. Shogun, Apop, Apop I mentioned earlier, this is probably gonna be a fade all day. If you look at the daily chart, historically, each day it pops up, it's a red candle pulling back. You can see all these. So historically, it cannot hold its gain on APOP. So you're gonna get the same thing this day. It's gonna pull back all to $4. So it's just gonna start, you can see it barely have any bounce because a lot of the shorts kind of see this as an opportunity that it'll fade all day and they're just gonna short and hold. So that's why you don't see a bounce. Yeah, so APOP, definitely not a stock you want to hold if you're long. Okay, let's do one last scan here. I'm probably gonna hop off. It's getting late part in the morning. PRQR, no.
Every core computers now have primary control of critical
Cost, GME, CIDM. So CIDM, Hive day test, pulls back as expected. So this will look good in the afternoon if it retests this $2. Consolidates around the $2.10 area for like an hour, or maybe not an hour. Hour might be too long, but just after lunch, 45 minutes, and it'll look good for a 210 break. Oh, I had an order there that I didn't cancel. Okay, so I actually did buy this at 202. I forgot to cancel. So let's see, I guess I'm in now. But the 202 here, my one is gonna stop at 199. Yeah. So order mistake there. Probably gonna just take it off at 205. So this is the 5-minute bounce. I'm just gonna take it out at 205. So it's 205 right now. I'm on the ask. I see I get filled. If not, I'm just gonna take 204s. I'm okay with that. Alright, so 205, I'm out there. It's a little 3-cent dip buy profit to the 90 MA. I feel this is probably gonna go back down to maybe $2 at least. So I don't want to hold it, and I'm probably gonna have to sign off right now. So let's see, one last scan. OGEN, below the 90 MA daily, but it can get interesting if it holds. It's pretty low volume. Never mind. All right, I don't see anything out there. CIDM is probably the only thing I would probably be watching in the after lunch. So good dip buy there, 205. Top tick that, and it's probably going to go back to $2, 198. So just to recap, traded the morning flag here on 203 break. There was a early flag. Took along there. Took along there, and it failed to hold. So I downsized when it failed to hold the breakout level, and then took it off when it broke this inverted cup and handle. So you can see an inverted cup and handle here. So that's a 1-minute reversal to the next trend. So took it off there for like a $70 loss. So I was down 70 on CIDM. Then I took this trade in the later part of the morning, 30 minutes ago, for this flag break. So support, army resistance became support, and you can see this level was key. It held support, so I was okay to take this trade. Went in 3,000 shares, 202 average. Downsized a bit because it had a pop and was stalling a bit. And the stock is more of a high float, so it's a lot harder to move the market here, or the stock here, because it has a lot of shares in the float. and I sold I guess mostly on the 208 area, and then I stopped out at this reversal, which was a 206. It dipped to 203, hit higher days, and then I had an order out for the dip buy. So I wanted to dip buy when it was over here, but I didn't cancel the order, so I went ahead and I had the order out and dip buy anyways and took the 205 profit. But it should consolidate here, $2 to $10 in the next 45 minutes or so, and that'll look pretty bullish for the 210 break, and this can probably go to 220s before end of day. But before that happens, it needs to consolidate a lot longer in this area. So that's CIDM. So I made my $60 back plus an extra 50 bucks, so that's I guess $110 for this trade. Swing negative to positive. And then the next trade I did was on EXPR. Attempted to short this twice and took 2 losses of 100 each. So I went ahead and looked for the short. Stopped out, went in a little too early, didn't break. Was waiting for a 5-minute, 9-minute, 5-minute, 9 EMA reversal. Tried again one more time. It broke barely by a couple pennies and it stopped me out again. So I took 2 stops there. The right spot to go was this 5-minute 9 EMA trend that I missed right here. You can see the lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, inverted cup and handle. But I missed that trade by a minute. And yeah, so that is my overall trades. Down $160 today. So I'll probably be offline, and I'll probably trade offline, but I'm gonna end my stream. But if you haven't done so, be sure to support the channel by hitting the subscribe button or follow button on Twitch. And yeah, if you want to see some of my offline, I guess, alerts or signals on what I'm looking at, make sure to join the Discord. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or end of day recap.